I can see why he always wants you to unpack those handbags. Hey there, Poison Ivy. Oh my. Oh, oh, yeah, I thought you were someone else. Yeah. Sorry about that. I get off at 7. Yeah, I bet you do. Well, anyway, enjoy your wiener. Hello, my darlings, and welcome to a new episode of Girls Gone Mild. This episode is going to be dedicated to one person and one person only. My biggest fan who insulted me on Monday. Oh my god. He must feel real special right now. But this whole podcast is going to be dedicated to him because we're going to be talking trash. We're going to be showing what he said to me and a lot of the other things. But before we get to that, I wanted to tell a small story that happened Tuesday afternoon. Um, Apparently, I have gained weight and shrunk. And the reason why I say that is because, for most of you who don't know, I work at Macy's. Some of you do know that. Apparently, there was a photo that was taken 8 years ago, which, mind you, I didn't live in Ohio nor worked at this Macy's 8 years ago. But apparently, there was a photo that was taken 8 years ago, and there it was like basically a whole group photo from everyone who worked there, celebrating because one of the managers was leaving that day. I guess I don't know. I was only told this. But apparently, a sales associate had this picture and showed it to another sales associate, and that sales associate basically told me that I looked different somehow. And I basically told her that I didn't work here 8 years ago. Well, it was taken 5 years ago, apparently, in her eyes, whatever. But apparently, I had the same eyes as this guy, I had the same smile, I had the same hair, and I don't know. Um, but then she proceeds to tell me that apparently I gained weight and I shrunk. It's one thing to mess with my weight, but it's another thing to mess with my height now. Now I am worried. Did I shrink? This is going to bug me for the rest of the week now. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I really don't think I shrunk, and I really don't think I gained any weight either. I don't know what's going on. This is kind of like freaking me out now. But yeah, if you guys, for those of you who know me personally, if you guys think that, please message me because I really want to know the truth. Because I don't think it's true at all, but I don't know. And I just keep going higher and higher with my voice, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Oh no. Anyway, before we get to that one special person that's dedicated to this entire episode, I wanted to give a personal shout out to my new friend on TikTok. She goes by the name The Real Kayer. I believe that's how you say her name. I'm not sure. Well, darling, if you're listening to this right now, and if I'm saying it wrong, I do apologize. I believe it's The Real Kayer. Um, she has some great work on TikTok, and she also has an OnlyFans if you guys are interested. It's basically the same name. Uh, she's funny. I think she's hilarious. So go check her out. If you have a TikTok, go check her out. Once again, it's The Real Kayer. I'll spell it out for you. TheRealKayere. So go check her out. Give her a follow. Become friends with her. Check her out on OnlyFans as well. Yeah. So, on that note, why don't we get down to that special person who insulted me on Monday? I'm not going to rest until I'm completely done. This whole week is going to be dedicated to him. And he doesn't even know it because he actually blocked me on Facebook. Oh, so romantic. So, the guy's name is Shane Booth, if you guys want to know, if you want to look him up later on Facebook or whatever. But I don't know him personally. He just became a fan when I started making my own personal profile on Facebook with my drag. Um, in fact, most of the people on there are just fans. They're not really my friends. They're just on there because they enjoy my work. But I think he was just there for the artistic side of me. Basically, only the pictures and everything. It was not about the videos. Um, but you see how my Facebook works is if I know you personally, I'll add you. If you work with me at Macy's or something like that, I'll add you. But if I don't know you, if I've never met you before, um, unfortunately, I have to go in detective mode and look at your profile personally, kind of like stalking a little bit, if you want to call it that. But I would have to do that and look at you and see if I want to accept your request or not. If I don't think you are personally, if I don't trust you enough to be on my profile and accept for who I am and all that stuff, then I'm not going to accept your friend request. That's just how I work. Um, of course, I'm also work. You have to also be careful because there are some people who will want to just the ad just for sex. Um, there have been people who have messaged me who are not my friends who have sent me requests, but also personally messaged me, sending me their private parts, and it's mostly guys, and that's not okay. Why would you think I would want to add you if you want to do that kind of stuff? No, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works in my profile or anything at all. So unfortunately, I am that bitch. If you guys like to call me a bitch. But needless to say, Shane Booth was just only there for the pictures. It was clear that he was not a fan of the videos I do. And unfortunately, I'm that kind of queen that likes to make people laugh, that likes to entertain people um, in any way, shape, or matter. I see, when I was younger, I would take offense to this. I would take offense to anybody who disrespects me. But now, as I got older and starting to realize um, the only person you need to worry about is yourself. Um, People are going to talk down to you no matter what because they're miserable. Personally, I just really don't see his comment of what he said to me before he deleted and blocked me threatening. I just think he just made himself look like a jackass. And unfortunately, I am making himself even more look like a jackass because I'm sharing it throughout social media and throughout the entire world. Because this guy is not also a dumbass, but he's just plain rude. Which I am going to show you what he said, and I'm going to keep that on for the rest of the podcast. So, all right, so this is what he basically said about my video that I sang. His profile picture is on the bottom of this. If you want to try to find him or talk to him or talk shit about him, I don't know. Once again, his name is Shane Booth. Let me tell you about the video I did that basically offended him. Um, it was basically me doing a transformation into my drag. But in the background music, it was me singing a cover of Every Rose Has Its Thorn from Poison. Brett Michaels. I am a huge 80s fan, and Brett Michaels. I am a huge fan of his. Um, Unfortunately, he did not take it well, apparently. Now, I guess this is not the first time that he's found my videos apparently offensive. Give me a second. I'm replying to somebody right now. Yeah. So, you know, I think this is the first time in a long time that somebody's told me I had a terrible voice. Um, Hang on, I'm replying to somebody else again. I hope everyone's enjoying their Wednesday night, by the way. Sorry, I was replying to my coworker. Anyways, yeah, this is not the first time. I mean, this is the first time in a long time that somebody's told me I had a terrible voice. Um, and back then I would take criticism very harsh because I wouldn't think I would have the best voice. I will. Let me say this: I know I am not like the greatest singer of all time, but I know I'm good enough to actually show it off. If that makes sense. Well, apparently he doesn't think I need to show it off. I'm gonna read this for you. I know some of you may have already read it while I've been talking. Some of you probably haven't not been read it yet, but I will read it for you. Basically, he just basically said, "OMG, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to delete and block you. I apologize. I cannot take another one of your videos. Please do everyone a favor and stop the horrible single. Just find something else to do. The friends on your Facebook will greatly appreciate it." First of all, it's singing, not single, dumbass. Second, you don't speak for my friends. That irritates me because you don't speak for my friends. How do you know that all my friends agree with you? Did you contact them individually and said, "Hey, do you think this guy is a horrible singer?" I don't think so. And I'll even quote for what my friend said this past Monday about the whole situation. "You have a lot of nerve to type this out when you could have said this to me in person, but that just shows me you're scared and you don't have balls. You don't get to say this at all. You have your right to your opinion. That's on you. But when you're saying that my friends would greatly appreciate it, that's where you're dead wrong." Like I said, I know I don't call myself like the greatest singer in the world, but like I said, I know I'm good enough to show it off. And if you don't like it, then why did you become friends with me on Facebook in the first place? You just made yourself look like a jackass for sending me this, but also you didn't realize that I was going to use this to my advantage to expose you in front of everybody. And unfortunately, that's a message to anybody who does this to me. You send me a message like this, I will expose you. I do it on my YouTube. I use the comments that say, "Oh, cringe, oh, you're ugly," all that stuff. I use it to expose those people because that just shows them that they are miserable and lonely and just want to ruin everybody's happiness. And this is what Shane Boop is doing right now. And the thing is, before he blocked me, another one of my friends actually looked up his profile and basically said, like, this is a guy who blocked you, yet he shares spiritual messages, like from the Bible and stuff. I'm like, huh. So basically, in a way, he's telling people to accept each other for who they are, accept one another, basically. But he cannot accept my singing. You're a hypocrite, dude. And, because of that, I'm going to show you what I said, basically in a response into what he said to me. So here's that video.
Here's what really gets to me. When the match was over, John Bradshaw Layfield and those two other things that call themselves announcers stood up and gave a standing ovation along with 80,000 other people in the Superdome. Superdome, Hogan, not Silverdome.
See, I thought that was a good response, and I enjoyed that video very much. I I made that TikTok on Monday night. As you can see, I made myself a little bit dead. Turned myself blue, put my contacts in, and yeah, I really loved the look I did. I thought it was probably one of the best looks I'd done, scary wise. Um, Unfortunately, like, you guys are like the people who are like Shane, the people who are like this. If you guys insult me or insult anybody that I love and care about, you're basically giving me the advantage to make fun of you. You're giving me my creativity to not only expose you, but to make you look even worse. Don't ever insult me. Don't ever insult anybody that I love. Because in the end, I'm just gonna fight back, and you're gonna lose. Um, Plain and simple. And I mentioned the comments on YouTube that I get. They say cringe or I look ugly. It doesn't bother me anymore. It really doesn't, because unfortunately, I'm 29 years old. I learned to accept the fact that not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to appreciate what you do for a living. And unfortunately, what I do for a living is being a drag queen. It's my dream job now. I have been called, over the years, I have been called ugly. Shocking, isn't it? I have been called stupid, which I hate that with a passion. I've been called not talented, not worthy, a lot of things. And hell, I'll even say this, and I do apologize for anyone who gets offended by saying this. I have also been called a retard. Once again, I apologize for saying that, but it's true. There have been some people in the past who called me that, and that's not okay. And the reason why they call me that is because of my learning disability. And I have worked so hard to fight that learning disability, to prove everybody I'm not that. I'm not stupid. And unfortunately, some of my family members felt the same way back then. I don't know how they feel now. I'm not even talking to them anymore. Well, certain people. I still talk to my mother. I love her very much. But what I'm getting at is there's a lot of things that I have been through that only make me stronger. The people who insult me, the people who have always talked me down, the people who always beat me down, who never supported me, everything has made me stronger in the end. And nobody should be suffering from this kind of bullshit that this guy was trying to do to me. I don't appreciate what he said on here. And if anyone was in my shoes, nobody would feel the same way. Granted, like I said, what really ticked me off about this whole comment was not because he told me I had a terrible voice. And I think I said this earlier. It was not because I had a terrible voice. It was not because he didn't like my videos. It was not even because he said single instead of singing. You need to get a book and start reading, dude. was the fact that he's basically saying that he speaks for all my friends on Facebook. The nerve of this guy. And I wish I could block him and delete him and report his ass, but unfortunately he beat me to the punch. So I can't do anything. Son of a bitch. So it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's just unbelievable that the nerve of this guy would even try to do something like that. Well, and the thing is, like, there's a lot of things I could say because making fun of him on Monday, talking about him on my podcast today. Oh, love, we are just getting started. Because there's a lot of things I'm probably gonna do. Maybe not this week. Maybe till next week. I don't know. Depends on how interesting I want to make this. But if I don't do anything, then that just tells me I'm done. I'm done playing around with this guy. It's time to move on and wait for the next person who insults me to have their turn. But a lot of people thought I took offense to it. I didn't. That's the last thing I want to do. I just found it so ironic that I don't know. He's just a dumbass in the end. So I encourage everybody who gets this treatment, like cyberbullying. I will consider this cyberbullying. The best thing you can do about cyberbullying is either just block him, ignore him, because if he didn't, if basically the person who insults you or does this stuff on Facebook, on social media at all, just should get a response. They're just doing it to get a response from you. The best way is to just stay silent. Because if you respond, the more you respond, the more he's going to egg you on and piss you off. I encourage everybody not to do that. Because then these people are just going to find ways to keep hurting you until you finally lose it. And that's not okay for your health. So just don't listen to these people. Don't listen to this guy, Shane Booth, at all. Because him and the people like him are just here to ruin your spirit. They're just here to make you miserable because they are. So, I think we got that out of the way. I think I got all my frustration out, all my hatefulness towards this guy. Yeah, this was all dedicated to this bastard. Well, Shane Booth, I doubt you are listening to this because you're not even listening. You're not even on friends with me on Facebook anymore. You're not even following me on anything else. But if you were listening to this, I would just say I wish you the best of luck, darling. I may be a bitch, but I'm not a hateful bitch. I still wish you the best of luck, but I still hope you rot in hell. So, I think we're gonna end this on a positive note. Just be who you are. Love yourself. And surround yourself with people who love and care about you. I encourage you guys to never give up and go after your dreams, because if you do that, you will be happy no matter what. I love you all. I love you all very much, and we'll see you next week. Thank you guys for listening. By the way, the video that blew Shane Booth over his head that made him lose his shit. Um, I actually shared it on YouTube. I will put it in the description. I encourage you guys to watch it. And if you love it so much, I encourage you guys to share it. Please share it on everything. Well, I mean, you can mostly share it on Facebook, but share it worldwide, please. I want to irritate this guy so much. But I also want you guys to share it because you guys love what I do. Please do that for me. Thank you. I love you all very much.